Hello, everyone, and welcome to Magical Me. I'm Jamie Mendez, and this is my weekly Oracle Moon Day message. And this is going to be a message for the collective, for our highest and greatest good. And I'm going to be doing this message or bringing it forward utilizing Oracle cards of my own intuitive abilities. And I'll go into a little bit more about what you can expect for anybody who is new to the Moon Days. In just a moment, I'm just going to give it a few moments and allow people to see that I am live and share it as well. And I just want to make sure that I'm able, because I do see, oh, there we go. Sometimes it's very delayed. I see people are live, but it wasn't letting me see who was. So Julie and Maria, welcome, beautiful goddesses. Thank you so much for being here. Could you just quickly tell me how the quality of sound is on your end before I go ahead and share it? Yvonne, welcome. Oh, happy Moon Day to you as well, Maria. Thank you so much for being here, love, and for sharing that. Julie, thank you so much. Appreciate that. So just bear with me, everybody, while we're still connecting. I'm just going to go ahead and share this, if I'm able. And for those of you who are here tuning in now, hi, Karen. Welcome, beautiful. Thank you for being here live. How are you? How are you managing through these energies this week? Wonderful, Yvonne. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so I hope I did it right with all these changes. Okay, so how are you, ladies? I hope well. The energies are interesting. I will briefly talk a little bit about that. But for now, just go into what it is that those of you who are new to my page might expect to find here. So every Monday, today is Tuesday, so you are not, it's not, I mean to mess anybody up, it is Tuesday. I'm actually a day behind with this. But are we really behind? So usually on Mondays, I do try to go live to bring forward a message for the collective, for the energy of the week, giving us a little bit of a heads up or insight into what we all most need to know. Because with this insight, it allows us to have the awareness to be flexible, to move in divine flow with the energy. And it really also gives us that power to potentially get ahead of something versus being really unaware and just being kind of swept up by the current or the energies. So that's why I bring these messages forward every week. And again, they are not individualized personal readings that I'm doing here today. I do offer personal readings privately. If you are interested, you can message me and we can discuss the different readings, as well as the way that the readings occur, as well as pricing. So these are more of a generalized overview for all of us, okay? So with that said, how this works is I will talk really briefly about any news or announcements or offers I have going on here or over at my sister business, Oracles of the Light. And then I will pull the Oracle message for all of us and talk about what's coming forward. And we will go from there. Hi, Lynn. Welcome, Bridget. Welcome as well. Thank you both for being here. I hope everybody is having a magical week thus far. So, really quickly, Karen's so happy. I know you never get to join live, so I'm very happy that you did. Thank you so much for being here, Goddess. Welcome, Donna. All right, so just really quickly, I'll go over any news or offers or announcements, which really are some things that I talked about last week. I'll talk about them again. Laura, welcome, Goddess. Thanks for being here. So the first thing that I want to talk about is an offer that I'm doing only for August. It is my new Sovereignty Oracle card reading. So this is a reading that's really powerful at this time, and it's coming forward for us to have some insight into what it is that might be clouding our radiance, our majesty, as we are all sovereign beings at our core. We all are those majestic beings walking the path of sovereignty or towards sovereignty. But through conditionings, trauma, through circumstances, we carry sometimes blocks within our energy field, within our blueprint that keep us on these looping cycles that cloud our clearest perception of the path towards sovereignty and what that means for us to really truly stand in our power. So these readings provide insight into what it is that's currently blocking your path to sovereignty or coming up that you might not be aware of and creating a bit of distortion. But then they also provide insight into steps you can take towards reclaiming your sovereign power. So if you're interested in that reading, I offer them either through a live Zoom call where we schedule that one-on-one, or you can also opt for a pre-recorded video for me to do the reading for you, and then I send it over to you to watch in your own time. They're $55 and they're around about 30 minutes or so, but they are incredibly beneficial to have if you are someone feeling that call to break free or step up at this time, as the energies really are currently moving us into that alignment. They're really beneficial. So if you feel called to it, it's more than likely meant for you. So feel free to reach out to me and we can set yours up. What else I have going on at this time is in September the 10th, I am offering an in-person Reiki Level 1 training course. So this is for beginners that are feeling the call to step more into their own healing abilities, because Reiki really does provide that foundation for opening you up with a process called an energetic transfer. It's also referred to as an energy attunement that is passed from the master to the student or the initiate. And what that process does is really open you up energetically. It starts to realign your energy body, your chakras, to become a vessel for healing energy. So I'm offering an in-person class on September 10th, and that is $175 for level 1. And I do also offer it online for anybody who is not local to my area, and that can be watched and taken in your own time via a private Facebook group. So if you are interested in training with me for Reiki, but have not, obviously are not within distance to be able to do so in person with me, the online course is just as good, and you're always available for, with being in that private Facebook group, you're always able to have that one-on-one insight with me for questions, support. Also, we do your attunement through a live video call, doing that energetic transfer that way. So if you're interested in what more details with that course, you can always reach out to me. For the in-person course, the event has been created here on Magical Me. You can check that out. And I'm not sure if I will be offering another one throughout the rest of the year. There's a small potential, but more than likely I won't be. That might be the last in-person course for the beginners. Okay. Happy Moon Day, Karen. Thank you for being here. What else I'm offering is every year from September through the month of June, so it is a 10-month gestational journey of transformation, I offer a feminine empowerment course where it really allows you to connect with the sacred feminine of the Creator, as well as awakening that sacred feminine within the self, as we are the Creator in, we are the likeness, or, as above, so below. So it really helps. And I should say, it is offered to only women at this time. And through this online journey of pre-recorded videos that are all in a private Facebook group for you to watch and learn in your own time, I provide insight, information through working with the wheel of the year, the different solstices, the different Sabbats, and how it's really moving us into a divine flow with coming back to nature, coming back to the flow of the universal or wheel of life, if you will. And what that also does, or what I also do, is bring forward goddess archetypes that are the representatives of the sacred feminine. And through these feminine goddess archetypes, we work with their power, their magic, and their healing. So each of them have something really powerful to teach us. So every month there's a new workshop, and with each workshop you get new assignments or rituals or activities that you can do to help embody more of that energy, work that healing through your own life. As we are working with womb wounds, we are working with reclaiming power, we are working with loving yourself and self-acceptance through self-image and self-worth. Some of the many goddesses are the river goddess Melusine, who teaches us all about self-love and loving yourself and really recognizing your own magic and power. We work with Mary Magdalene, who teaches us to heal our ideas and limitations or distortions surrounding sexuality, relationships, and our womb. We also work with Ellen of the Ways, who teaches us about opening up and expanding the pathways and moving that energy. Rhiannon is another goddess, the goddess Lakshmi, teaching us about prosperity and awakening abundance and prosperity within our lives. So there's a lot, again, in also alignment with working with the Wheel of the Year. So again, if you are interested in that, there is an early bird special going on at this time until September 1st only for $195. And that again is for the full 10-month journey. It's a private group, again, where you're working on your own time. So there isn't anything that you have to make time to attend other than just being accountable for your own journey and your own healing. And what this is doing is really walking the spiral journey of healing, the self, reclaiming your power and your feminine wisdom for healing, right? So those of you who have taken my Spiral Temple Level 1 in the past, and you may not have been able to take the Level 2 with me at that time, I am offering Level 2 once again, also launching in September. So it launches September 21st, but the journey goes every month up until the end of, or the middle of June, I should say. So if you're interested, you can reach out to me and we will get that set up and taken care of. There's also an event for Level 1 on my page. And for those of you who are interested in Level 2, you can always reach out to me and I will get you set up with that. Okay. So I think that's all at this time. We haven't put it out yet, but as of September 1st, myself and Karen from Oracles of the Light, we will also be launching and accepting new members for our monthly Cosmic Oracle course group. It's not a course, it's a group. And so every month there's an opportunity to rejoin that, and it is $33 for the month. And what you get is daily Oracle messages. If you like the Moon Day message, then you would have these mini clips for each day from myself and Karen. We also bring forward or I should say an entire month full of astrological and cosmic insight into the cosmic occurrences and alignments and these gateways that we're all experiencing, as well as Karen being a sound healer. She brings forward the planetary tuning frequencies, or planetary forks and frequencies, as well as planetary gongs that bring alignment, or basically create a symphony of whatever planets are currently in alignment and what comes forward in that energy forecast. She brings forward a little clip for us all to listen to be attuned to those energies, which really just help us to, again, flow more harmoniously with what is going on in the cosmos. So if you're interested in that, you can send me a message. I'll get you the details, but we will be putting the information out for people to be able to join for September 1st. Okay, so it is open now. We just have to put the stuff out, right? All right, I think that might be it finally. So with that said, I hope that all of you are doing well. Hi, Liz, welcome. Amanda, welcome. Thanks for being here. Stormy, did I miss anybody else? Hussein. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. Please feel free to comment. All right, so these energies, they've been intense, just to say the least. And I'm not going to go over a full forecast here because that is what I do in the Cosmic Oracle. But I will just say that the energy really has been really pushing us all to really come more into our heart centers and really forego all of the limitations, distortions, woundings, and fears or walls that we've created surrounding really stepping deeper into our hearts and really stepping deeper into love. And so there's a lot of like initiation energy coming in right now to really help us to transform into that space. So it's, with that said, there's so many like light codes and frequencies coming in that are what we call, basically moving us through these ascension gateways. And that can really take a toll on us physically. And I know some of you might follow the Schumann resonance and the solar storms. And there has been like G1s, G2s, G3s, geomagnetic storms going like crazy, all with these alignments of the Lion's Gate. Yesterday we had Virgo move into, the sun move into Virgo. And then we also had the sun conjunct the royal star known as Regulus, which is the heart of the lion. And that's been pretty powerful, bringing these massive waves of light coming into our energy fields, coming into the planet. And so that can really make us all feel really off. It can make us feel really sleepy and tired. I've been really, really tired lately and really kind of limiting the amount of work and activity that I'm doing to just rest and allow, because it is so important that as these processes happen, we make the space or take the time to allow them to integrate into us. So it is easier on our system, and integration comes through rest or just being, not so much doing. All right. So just wanted to share that with everyone, because I'm sure a lot of you are probably sitting here thinking like, what is going on this week with how I've been feeling? And so with that said, I just want to make sure before I go into the message that everybody can still hear me okay, and that I haven't froze or anything, because I haven't seen like comments. They're just kind of like at a standstill. And I just want to make sure there's nothing wrong on my end before I move forward. So if somebody would just shoot me a comment and say, I can hear you, I see you, all is good, I'll know it's not stuck. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate that. All right. I have like the PTSDs from it because it's happened many times in the past. Thank you all. All right. So with that said, we're going to pull the Oracle message for the week and just asking you all now to come into sacred space with me. So how we do that and why we do that really is because we are really all sharing energy across space and time right now. And so to bring this energy in, to hone the messages in, I just like to ask us all to take a second, if you can, to just detach for a moment safely from any chaos or anything going on around you, and just really take a second to come into yourself. And this is a really great practice to be able to do at least once a day, if not multiple times when you need it. So just really taking a second to close your eyes. Just try to let go of any thoughts. We're going to really come into this present now moment, the eternal now. And just take a nice deep breath in through your nose, everybody. Just allowing that sound to just move through your energy field. As you blow the breath out of your mouth, just release all tension and stress in your body. And just take another deep breath in. And release. Again, just feeling your body just becoming weightless. And one last time, nice deep breath in. And allow your mind to drop down into your heart. There's no thought, no worry. Only feeling this moment. And so it is. Hey Jillian, welcome my love. Thank you so much for being here. Perfect timing. So The deck that I've decided to work with today is the Shapeshifter Oracle by Lucy Cavendish. And the reason why I chose that is because shapeshifting is exactly what it is that is being asked or required of us all at this time as we really transition through releasing and transcending old paradigms or densities and thought forms or patterns that just aren't serving us anymore on our path to sovereignty. Stepping deeper into our hearts, sometimes that can be quite shaky, and sometimes that can really throw us out of what is known and familiar. And as that happens, it requires us to bend, not break. And so as a shapeshifter, we can be adaptable. We can move through the flow or the current and move in time with it and surrender to it and allow it to carry us versus get bashed around by it. Okay, so that is why I chose this deck. Yes, the violets. You know, it's all about the alchemy today, transformation. I'd say all week. So lots of violet flame, everybody. All right, so just calling forth divine guidance, wisdom, and insight for the highest and greatest good of the collective for the week of August 23rd, 2022, and what we all most need to know at this time. Oh, yeah, this is good. All right, so just connecting. So the card is a 36, which breaks down to be a number 9, and numerically for me, 9s always signify major closing out of cycles and chapters. And it's like, yes, we end cycles multiple times, but we always, you always the power of 3, everything happens in 3s, right? So yes, the power of 3 is that creational number that births new chapters and new cycles, also completes them, but it's like completing of mini cycles. And if you often look back, we know that cycles tend to come around multiple times, and it's like we're always in a different position when those cycles come around, but we're not always fully ready to make that full break or really fully learn the entire lesson that that cycle has to offer us. So with a 9, it's like you're ready. It's time. If you haven't learned that lesson, jump on it, because it is time for you to really look at the cycle and close it out. It is also not necessarily a bad thing, because 9s represent the successful attainment of a goal and bringing us to that place of closing out the book. We've been working these like chapters in the cycle, and you've been working on them, but you're finally ready to close out the old and any hindrances that have come with that territory that are now freeing you up to really level up and birth something new or step into an entire new book or journey and adventure in your own life. So 9s are incredibly powerful, and they teach us that it's important to let go. All right. The card itself is the unending sadness of looking back. And it says endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, and negative nostalgia. And this Shapeshifter Oracle is represented by different animals and elemental beings. And this particular one, forgive me if I botched the name, but if memory serves me correctly, it's some sort of, it almost sounds like trillion something. It's a beetle, like a prehistoric one that, they continuously to this day still find its fossils. And within it holds so much wisdom and stores memory, right? As fossils do. It brings information to us of these ancient times and what might have been going on at that time, or what circumstances were. And so this week, the message that's coming forward is the unending sadness of looking back. And what that means is replaying and re-entering into old behaviors, old versions of yourself that really just They don't truly exist anymore, but there will be situations, initiations, that present themselves to us as that level of mastery required to step up. You know, that is what the level of mastery is when we can trilobite. Thank you so much. I was like, trillion something. Thank you. So that's what the beetle is. It's a trilobite, everybody. So, you know, oftentimes we are put in these situations that we haven't, you know, we definitely aren't there anymore. However, the situations come back around to provide us the opportunity to step into mastery. Mastery over that cycle. Mastery over those emotions. Mastery over those patterns. So the point of these coming back up is to really witness them. Just as this, you know, this girl seems, you know, she's obviously looks like she's crying and she's holding on to the past. She's holding on to something that once was important. What she doesn't realize is it's important in the sense that it holds great wisdom. It holds so much value in what can be learned from dissecting it. So when we sit with it and we hold these feelings, these emotions, these behaviors, these thoughts, these situations that are being presented this week again, we can dissect them and analyze them by taking a step back, to not enter back into those behaviors, to not enter back into those circumstances, to not take on those identities anymore either, because we aren't there. And I want to just impress that upon you. You're not there. It might feel it, and it could really feel sometimes defeating, to feel like you stepped so far ahead and then all of a sudden you're right back in this place again. And that's really disheartening, but it's a test. And the test is, are you going to step deeper into your heart? Are you going to come into your mastery by witnessing, by detaching from the pain, in not saying to not acknowledge it and feel it, but not to stay in it and adopt it, accept it. It's to really witness it and detach from the ego or the woundedness of it, and witness it from a detached perspective, in the sense that you can really begin to maneuver through it and allow yourself to transcend it by creating new patterns and pathways. Because that's what's going to happen when you truly sit with it and witness it. You'll begin to see how you could go this way instead of this way. You could see how it actually isn't this, and it really is presenting something much more beautiful than this. Do you see what I'm saying? Or the pain, or the negativity of it. And I love that the card said that. Negative nostalgia. It's like replaying the pain of something, or just diving into those nostalgic memories that create toxicity within us, instead of witnessing it and saying, okay, I recognize that this played a part in my journey, and I recognize what it's teaching me now, but it no longer serves me in that regard, so I'm going to transcend it and make a different choice. So instead of replaying the past, start playing the now. Start looking to the future and what that means for all of us. And I actually read something recently, and I want to say maybe it might have been Isis Channeling's post, and so I want to give her proper credit. And it's something that I connected with deeply because it came forward in the Cosmic Oracle in the very beginning of the month. And it was about basically the heart of the lion, which essentially is the Egyptian Sphinx. And that heart or it aligns with it. And there's this ancient legend, or even a prophecy about the Sphinx, and how it is a sacred guardian, and how it guards between its paws the heart. And it's like, if anybody's ever seen that movie, The Never-Ending Story, where there's the two like winged, almost like lion women beings that are guarding. They're the guardians of the gate, and they've got to really enter into with no fear in their heart. And if they have fear in their heart, then obviously, I think the winged lions will kind of like destroy them or something like that in the movie. But with the Sphinx, it's the same thing. It's like you will not be able to pass go. You will not be able to enter into this higher realm of yourself, of your life, if you allow fear to be what takes over you. And so this is a great initiation for all of us about transcending fear and any preconditioning that would keep you from truly living in your heart space or your heart's desires. And it can be incredibly scary to take a blind leap into the unknown. But if we allow those fears to dictate our circumstances, we will never truly know what it is to be free, because we'll always be enslaved by fear. See? So this week, allow yourself to witness. Allow yourself to hold space even, so that you can dissect, and from a detached perspective, the past and those nostalgic memories or behaviors that are coming up, or even those fears, and try to really truly get to the root of them and why they're coming forward and why they have such a powerful hold on you. But don't allow them to become your story, because again, you aren't there anymore. It's just an initiation as to whether you are ready to enter the sacred circle in perfect love and perfect trust, with no fear, malice, or ego in your heart. Okay? So very powerful message for us all this week. It can be intense energetically with all of the fun stuff we've got going on, especially with planet Uranus, who is going retrograde on the 24th. And it's kind of, again, all the stuff I talk about in the Cosmic Oracle, so I won't go too much into it, but there's information out there also. Uranus is really, again, it's that radical change and that life transformer. So with that happening, it could really send us into these places, into having to dip back in really quickly to a past situation so that you can take your power back from it. It's almost like soul retrieval, reclaim the keys, and ride on. So keep that in mind as you go forward, that we move beyond these situations with the power of love and fearlessness to do so. Okay. All right, everyone. I do hope that you enjoyed this really powerful message this week, and keep it in mind as you move through these energies. Know that you are not alone. We are all, every single one of us, going through some stuff that we all have the power to level up from, because the energy, the universe, our families of light, your higher self is all supporting you to do so. Okay? All right, my loves, thank you so much for being here with me this week, for your love, your support. Again, if anybody is interested in any of the offers that I have going on at this time, don't hesitate to reach out to me and I will get you more information on them. And I hope to see you all back here next week. I will also be posting the mudra after this is done. And the replay will be available for anything that anybody missed. Take care, everyone. Have a blessed week.